Good morning, students. Welcome to English class. Today, let us start with English 2 new chapter. Chapter 10 My Shadow. Open page number 76. Getting started. Have you ever seen your shadow at different times of the day? If you had no shadow, would you miss it? So, this is the story of the shadow. Have you seen your shadow at different times a day? Like in the morning, afternoon, and night? Have you seen? Okay, now let us go in detail about my shadow. I have a little shadow that goes in and out with me, and what can be the use of him is more than I can see. He is very like me from the heels up to the head, and I see him jump before me when I jump into my bed. The funniest things about him is the way he likes to grow, not at all like proper children, which is always very slow. For he sometimes shoots up taller like an Indian rubber ball, and he sometimes gets so little that there's none of him at all. He hasn't got a notion of how children ought to play and can only make a fool of me in every sort of way. He stays so close besides me. He is a coward, you can see. I would think shame to stick to Nursie as that shadow sticks to me. One morning, very early before the sun was up, I rose and found the shining dew on every buttercup. But my lazy little shadow, like an errant sleepy head, had stayed at home behind me and was fast asleep in bed. And this poem is written by Robert Louis Stevenson. I have a little shadow that goes in and out with me, and what can be the use of him is more than I can see. He is very like me from the heels up to the head, and I see him jump before me when I jump into my bed. So here the poem is about the little boy who starts imagining about his own shadow. He is very good at observing the things he does. The little shadow is always by his side. Further, even when he goes out, it follows him. He also noticed the difference between the shadow and himself. Everything from head to toe is the same in his shadow. He notices that sometimes when he jumps into bed, the shadow gets in before he can. The feeling of shadow follow him exactly the way he does. The funniest things about him is the way he likes to grow. Not at all like proper children, which is always very slow. For he sometimes shoots up taller like an India rubber ball, and he sometimes gets so little that there is none of him at all. So, what happened after that? One unusual thing is that the boy noticed the size of the shadow varies. It keeps on changing. He says that sometimes it grows tall and the other times it gets small in size. It is not like the normal kids who grow at a normal rate. This getting bigger and smaller excites the boy too. It is because he has not seen anything like this before. This is when he realizes that the shadow is not like other children. It does not have normal behavior. He hasn't got a notion of how children ought to play and can only make a fool of me in every sort of way. He stays so close beside me. He's a coward, you can see. I would think shame to stick to Nursie as that shadow sticks to me. He thinks the shadow plays tricks on his mind. When the boy is playing, the shadow is also nearby. The boy even assumes that because the shadow is a coward. Coward means a person who does not have enough courage. Okay, it does not leave him ever. Moreover, because the shadow stays behind and always follows him, this strengthens his assumption. At last, the boy's morning experience is told. He gets up early in the morning one day before sunrise. One morning, very early before the sun was up, I rose and found the shining dew on every buttercup. But my lazy little shadow, like an errant sleepy head, had stayed at home behind me and was fast asleep in bed. So, what happened next morning? The morning is beautiful and he can see the dew on every leaf. As the sun is on, there is not much light around the boy. Thus, the shadow is not present. The boy is excited as the shadow did not follow him for the first time. He thinks that shadow is so lazy that it did not get up early in the morning and is still sleeping in the bed. He thinks so because the shadow always jumps into bed with him, so he was thinking it is still sleeping. Let me explain you the poem in brief. The boy tells us that his shadow follows him everywhere. At times it moves ahead of him, and at times it hides behind him. Sometimes it is short and sometimes it is long. The boy says that the shadow looks just like him. It plays with him though has no idea how to play like other children. But one morning when the boy gets up early and he sees that there is no shadow, the boy thinks that the shadow is still sleeping. Now let us move on to understanding the text. Open page 78. Amen. Write T for true or F for false and correct those that are false. First one, the shadow does not look like the child. Is it false or true? It is false because it looked like a child. Second, the child looks at the shadow as a separate person. Yes? True. Third, the child has no shadow in the morning before sunrise. True, because the child is thinking the shadow is still sleeping. Fourth, the shadow sticks to the child and that embarrasses him. True. Fifth, the shadow stays the same size all the time. No, this is false. Sometimes it is long, sometimes it is short. Now let us move on to playing with the words. Page number 79. Amen. Use each set of homophones given below in the same sentence. For example, I called him to be here, but maybe he did not hear. Homophones are the words which sounds same but have different spellings and different meanings. Right? Okay, the first one is new. Now we will write the sentence. Students, write this in your classwork book. First one, I knew I will get a new dress on my birthday. Second, one. Last year, one boy won 10 medals in the inter-school competition. Third, there. They have kept their car there. Fourth, weather. I don't know whether the weather this year will be better than last year. Fifth, scent. I sent her a bottle of floral scent. B. Find the synonyms of the word sleep. Now find as many of these words you can in the word grid. The first letter of these words is highlighted. Here for sleep you have to find as many words as you can, and the first letter of these words is highlighted. You can refer the dictionary. This is for your homework. Do it in the textbook itself. Now page number 80, semen. Write the words that go with the following words from the poem. One has been done for you. Shadow. So they have given dark shadow. These words are in the poem. You have to just think and write. Okay, second one, heels. Heels. High heels. Third, jump. High jump. Shining. Yes, metal. Metal is shining. Fifth, early. Early morning. Sixth, asleep. Fast asleep. Next, learning the language. Sentences have subjects and objects. For example, I bought a pen yesterday. Here, I is the subject and a pen is the object of the verb bought. To find the object, we ask what after the verb. So, sentences have subjects as well as objects. Here in this sentence, object is a pen. Objects means things. Okay. Now next, amen. Underline the object in these sentences. First, Tharun and Thomas bought a painting. Here in this sentence, what is object? What is a thing? Yes, painting is a object. Underline. Second, I will return the book on Tuesday. Underline book. It is a object. Third, the magician performed some wonderful tricks. Underline tricks. Fourth, Suman and her sister gifted a beautiful statue on my birthday. Underline statue. Fifth, I watched the movie on television. Underline television. Next, a transitive verb has one or more objects while an intransitive verb does not have any object. What is transitive verb? Intransitive verb, in the sentence we will be having one or more objects or things. But in intransitive verb we will not be having any objects. For example, I knitted a sweater. Here, knitted is a transitive verb as it has an object, sweater. The sentence has object, so it is a transitive verb. Here, object is sweater. Intransitive verbs are action verbs, but they do not have any object. For example, the boy danced gracefully. Danced is an intransitive verb as it has no object. In this sentence, there is no object, there is no thing. So, this sentence is intransitive. Next, B. Circle the verbs and write whether they are transitive or intransitive. First one, I baked some cakes. Here, circle baked as it is having the object cake. It is transitive. Second, it was snowing at that time. Circle snowing. It is intransitive because it has no object. Third, the team played well. Circle played. It is intransitive because it has no object. Fourth, the man caught a big fish. Circle caught. It is transitive because it is having the object big fish. Fifth, the horse jumped over the hurdle. Circle jumped. It is intransitive because it has no object. Some words can be used as both noun and verb. For example, I want to visit the park. Here park is noun. Park is considered as garden, so it is noun. It is a place. I need you to park the car properly. Here again park, it is verb. Why it is verb? Because we are going to park the car. Here action is taking place. C. Write whether the highlighted word is a noun or a verb. First one, it will be very hard to break his record in marathon. The highlighted word is record and it is a noun. Second, I will record the song in my mobile phone. Here I am going to record the song in my mobile phone. So the action is taking place. So record is a verb. Third, they served me a cold drink at the party. Drink is a highlighted word. Cold drink is a thing. So it is a noun. Fourth, you should drink at least 8 glasses of water every day. Here highlighted word is drink. It is an action word. So it is a verb. Fifth, I would like to taste the soup before serving it. Here highlighted word is taste. It is an action word. I am tasting soup. So it is a verb. Sixth, the taste of dark chocolate is bitter. Here highlighted word is taste. We are talking about the taste of the dark chocolate. It is a thing, an object. So it is a noun. Students, this is the end of the chapter. Thank you.